Hi guys, welcome to today's session, and today we are going to discuss about green tax on older vehicles, which is a recent proposal by the government. First, we will see what are the major features of green tax on older vehicles, and then we'll discuss there are few exemptions under this scheme. So we'll discuss what are the exempted vehicles under the green tax, and then we'll discuss why such a move has been initiated by the government, and then we'll see what are the criticisms of this particular policy, and then we'll discuss basically this is an initiative to combat air pollution in our country. So we'll discuss what are the other initiatives by the government to combat air pollution. So this is how I plan this session. Let's now start. So as we have discussed, it is a recent proposal by the Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways, which approved a proposal to levy a green tax on older vehicles. And first of all, this is for personal vehicles that will be charged a tax at the time of renewal of registration certification after 15 years. And also for transport vehicles, that is goods carrier and all. This includes 10 to 25% of road tax on transport vehicles older than 8 years at the time of renewal of fitness certificate. So this is the plan, and this policy will come into effect from April 1st, 2022, next year. And the levy may differ depending on the fuel of the vehicle, that is petrol or diesel, and the type of the vehicle. So there will be slabs, and the proposal will now go to the states for consultation before it is formally notified. And the proposal on green tax also includes a steeper penalty of up to 50% of road tax for older vehicles registered in some of the highly polluted cities in the country. And also revenue collected from this tax will be kept in a separate account and will be used for tackling pollution in our country, and for states to set up state-of-art facilities for emission monitoring. So this is the plan, and these are the features of this particular proposal. And a few vehicles are exempted from this particular green tax initiative. So we'll now see what are the exempted vehicles. The exemptions are, first one is vehicles like strong hybrids, electric vehicles and alternate fuels like CNG, ethanol, LPG, etc. are to be exempted. And also then vehicles used in farming such as tractors, harvesters, tillers, etc. are to be also exempted. And other proposals are the ministry also approved a watered down policy for deregistration and scrapping of vehicles, bringing only those vehicles owned by government departments and PSUs and are older than 15 years under its ambit. And in 2016, Centre had floated a draft voluntary vehicle fleet modernization program that aimed to take 28 million decade-old vehicles off the road. So this is about the exemptions, and now we'll discuss why government has initiated such a move. The first point here is government aims to dissuade people from using vehicles which damage environment, and this is an initiative to combat health hazards by vehicular pollution. And as we all know, the major pollutants like carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, photochemical oxidants, lead, particulate matter, etc. can have direct as well as indirect impact, like reducing visibility, cancers, respiratory and cardiovascular ailments, etc. So government aims to dissuade people using vehicles which damage the environment. And the next point is to motivate people to switch to newer, less polluting vehicles like electric vehicles or CNG, more cleaner fuel. So that is the aim. And the next point is the polluter pay principle. This will reduce pollution level and make the polluter pay for the pollution. So in accordance with polluter pay principle, it is commonly accepted practice that those who produce pollution should bear the cost of managing it to prevent damage of human health or the environment. For example, a factory that produces potentially poisonous substance as a byproduct of its activities is usually held responsible for its safe disposal. Similarly, green tax is to be paid by the owners of pollution causing vehicles. And one more fact, this polluter pays principle is a part of 1992 Rio Declaration, and so that is one point. And next one is about carbon pricing. India, along with the US, China, and Japan, are some of the countries that are hardest hit by climate impacts. So, in order to mitigate the condition and reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, one smart approach is pricing carbon, such as introduction of green tax. And carbon pricing is an instrument that captures the external cost of greenhouse gas emissions. And so these are the points why government initiated such a move like a green tax on older vehicles. And however, there are criticisms against this move. We will now see what are the criticisms. First point is it will cause additional burden on the public, that is imposing additional tax on public transport such as buses will transfer the burden on the public, which is already suffering income losses in the post-pandemic crisis. And there are already high rates of taxation on petrol and diesel, and green tax will further spike the burden on the vehicle owners. And in effect, there will be a spike in inflation, that is green tax will contribute in increasing the overall transportation cost, which could surge the overall inflation. So that are the two criticisms against green tax. And as we have discussed, this is an initiative to curb the air pollution in our country. We will now discuss what are the other initiatives started by the government to combat air pollution in our country. First point here is Graded Response Action Plan, which was prepared by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change after the order of Supreme Court in December 2016. And this includes the measures which will be taken by different government agencies to prevent worsening of air quality of Delhi NCR and prevent particulate matter 10 and particulate matter 2.5 levels to go beyond moderate national air quality index category. And the next point is National Electric Mobility Mission Plan. This was launched by Government of India in 2013 with the objective of achieving national fuel security by promoting electric and hybrid vehicles. And it had set a target of achieving a sale of 7 million electric vehicles by 2020, and thereby aim to cut total carbon dioxide emissions by 3% from the do nothing scenario. And government also would provide fiscal and monetary incentives for this industry. And then we have the FAME initiative, that is fast adaptation and manufacturing of hybrid and electric vehicles in India. And it's a part of National Electric Mobility Mission Plan. And the main thrust of FAME is to encourage electric vehicles by providing subsidies. So these are other initiatives, and this is a developing topic, guys, as this will be implemented or come into effect from April 1st 2022, the green tax. It's a very hot topic this year, so please study in detail about this and do not miss any point under this topic. And that's all for today. We'll meet tomorrow with another topic. Thank you for watching this lesson.